Thank you very much, Ashley. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure and a privilege to be here in this fantastic square. I want to congratulate everybody involved, the rector, the builders, the architects, everybody who's fundraised for it, the council, who do I need? The students, obviously, who seem to have played a leading role, what Ashley said is correct. And I, of course, want to congratulate my old friend from Brussels days, John Kerr, Lord Kerr. You will know, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that Margaret Thatcher used to refer to John as my Machiavelli with the golden pen, which she did. You will know that the finances of Imperial are in safe hands. But it's absolutely true, because it was John Kerr who overcame the odds and secured for this country the British budget rebate. Do you remember that? The British budget rebate? It was then, of course, handed back by Tony Blair. But I don't think John was responsible. I don't think he was responsible for that then. No, he wasn't. We need the finances of Imperial to be in great shape, because this is one of the world's greatest universities in the world's greatest university city. And London has 2 of the top 5 universities in the world, 4 in the top 100. There's no other city that can boast anything like that. And that's why we need to entrench our lead and to remember that this city is not only the world capital of art and culture and finance and all the rest of it, it is also the world capital of science, isn't it? Yes. And where was television invented? In London. Where do you know where it was? Whereabouts? Anybody know? It was in a room above what is now the Bar Italia in Frith Street in Soho. It was. Anybody know where penicillin? Where was penicillin? Where? Yes, in Praed Street in Paddington, a very handy thing to have after a night out in Praed Street in Paddington. Where was the? I can get away with that, can't I? Where was the theory of evolution? In which London borough, ladies and gentlemen, was the theory of evolution first propounded? The greatest and most important scientific theory of the last couple of centuries? Not Bloomsbury, no. You can tell this man didn't study science. In which London borough? It was correct, Mundo. It was, of course, in Bromley, ladies and gentlemen. And if you ever get the chance to go to Bromley and behold the natural, physical and intellectual advantages of the people of Bromley, their beauty and grace, you will understand how, of course, it immediately occurred to Charles Darwin to propose the doctrine of natural selection. And I know that Imperial has been associated itself with many great breakthroughs and umpteen Nobel prizes. But and I was looking, and we were very lucky to be given a tour of the fantastic facilities that you have created. And as I looked at what has been built here, it occurred to me that you have done exactly your priorities have been exactly right, because they are far better than the kind of things, the kind of accommodation that John and I knew. What does a young scientist, a young thrusting scientist, really need in his or her? More important than a Bunsen burner or an alembic or a cyclotron or many of the other things that I'm sure you have in such profusion here. What do they need? More important than the kitchens and the toasters that we've just inspected? More important than that? What are they? Not just a bin. More important even than the wonderful, beautiful space-age bar that you've got there. What do they really need that you've equipped them with? What they have and what they need and what you've provided in such glorious abundance is, of course, bathrooms. Because this is not just because bathrooms. But you have ensuite bathrooms. We never had ensuite bathrooms when we were lucky if we had one bath for the whole staircase when I was at university. But you have ensuite bathrooms in all these magnificent rooms. And I think it's very important for young scientists, of course, not just because bathrooms have been associated with so many eureka moments. From Archimedes to the invention of soap on a rope. But above all, you do not have to be Charles Darwin to work out. You don't have to be Charles Darwin to work out that the more fragrant you are as a young scientist, the more evolutionarily successful you will be. And the more likely it is that by the principles of assortative mating first propounded in this place, the genius incubated in these buildings will be propagated down the generations. Congratulations to what you've done to build this magnificent square to ensure the romantic success of brilliant young minds, and congratulations, therefore, in extending the lead of Imperial as one of the world's greatest universities in the greatest university city on earth. Thank you very much. And I now...
What do you do is that one?
This one. And I now...
Very good.
I now have great pleasure in declaring this magnificent new square open. Brilliant. There you go. There you go. Restoration of Prince's Garden.